So this is a very impromptu video. I know I don't normally do gaming stuff on this channel, but this is something that I just had to talk about. So this was something I was sent via a Discord DM. So this is something that was leaked from Halo Infinite. Now, if any of you watching just don't care about Halo, then that's fine. I'm currently writing the next part of Rivalry, and I think it's actually done. I'm actually going to be uploading it later. So if that's all you're looking forward to, which is totally fine, that'll be probably in a couple hours or so. But for now, let me talking about this. Now, I'm a huge Halo fan. I love the franchise. I've been playing Halo since 2006, roughly. And I enjoy it a lot. The campaigns, the multiplayer, the custom games, firefight, forging, all freaking awesome. Everything was going good for Halo until Bungie left. Then they put 343 in charge. Then we got Halo 4, which I remember pre-ordering in 2012. I got it. And it wasn't exactly horrible. The campaign was decent. The multiplayer was actually really fun. The Spartanauts was okay. I mean, it wasn't really as good as Firefight. And the Forge was, improved, I think, even a bit more than the Reach version. And custom games were still fun. So it was all in all a fairly solid, mediocre Halo game. Then we got Master Chief Collection, which, in essence is really freaking cool. I mean, you got Combat Evolved 2, 3, and 4 all in one collection. And they also included every single map ever released for Halo, even the ones that were exclusive to the PC ports of Combat Evolved and Halo 2. And all for free. Great. I mean, remember when, Modern Warfare Remastered came out? They still wanted you to pay for that variety map pack, even though a lot of people that were playing Modern Warfare Remastered already had the map pack from the original COD 4, but, whatever. But it was good. But then it needed a freaking 70 to 80 gigabyte update patch just to be playable, to be good. And then they came out with ODST, which I bought. Or no, actually I was gifted ODST by a friend. And then Reach, I pre-ordered it and bought it when it came out for Master Chief Collection, because I pre-ordered the original Reach in 2010, the limited edition. And I still have the journal from Halsey that came with that edition as well. I still have that over a decade later. But anyway, so then came Halo 5. Where do you even begin with that game? I mean, the storyline was complete crap. The characters were crap. The cutscenes were horribly choreographed. The multiplayer was fairly bare bones. There was no real improvements. There was nothing really innovative. Yes, they had the Warzone firefight. It wasn't really that fun, honestly, because you fought the same enemies and the same bosses over and over and over and over. And unless you had a team that knew what they were doing and got their shit together, then you might not even get to the freaking boss. Or you might not even do anything, because there's one boss, that's the Warden Eternal, where you fight 3 Warden Eternals at the same time. Boy, that's really fun. Not. But then you had the fact that there was no split screen, because they just wanted more and more money. And then now Infinite. Then you have the fact that now with Infinite, there is going to be no co-op campaign at launch and no Forge at launch. The campaign is not slated to come for another 3 to 5 months post-launch, and Forge not for another maybe 7 or so months post-launch. The two main features that set Halo apart from other franchises: cooperative campaigns. You don't really see that in things like Call of Duty or Battlefield. You don't really see cooperative campaigns. you mostly see just single player, which, I mean, if you're into that, if you only like it, if you don't really like co-op campaigns, fine. I mean, everyone has their own personal preferences. Me, I like cooperative campaigns. I like being able to play through a game on a hard difficulty with friends because it makes it easier and it makes it fun because you can just mess around with your friends. But then with Halo 5, it's like, yeah, you're not doing any of that. You gotta shell out more money for another Xbox, another copy of Halo 5. It's like, okay, cool. Thanks, Microsoft. Thanks, 343. And now Infinite. Following up the horrendous storyline of Halo 5, and the flights for Infinite have not exactly been smooth as of late. And now we have what's on my screen right now, which is the leaks from Halo Infinite about the Battle Pass system, which is now going to be monetized. That's right, a monetized Battle Pass system, unlike the one in Master Chief Collection, which is completely free. The one in Master Chief Collection, I think, is a much better system. Not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but still pretty good. There were individual seasons 1 through 8, with 8 being the newest and last season. You could use the season points. You earn them through either leveling up or completing challenges. And you spend those points in the season store, and you can get, armors, emblems, or not emblem, armor sets, weapon skins, vehicle skins, nameplates, things like that. And you can even go back to previous seasons. Like, say, if you only just bought the game like a month ago, but you want to get more stuff from the Halo Reach season, you can go back and do that. Awesome. That's a good system. Then they started putting it to the point where, with Halo Master Chief Collection, there's a set of 10 tiers, and there's a total like between 50 to 100 tiers. And you get them 10 at a time. Now you can choose to buy things out of order within that set 10 of tiers. Instead of going in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you can go 9, 2, 4, 6, 1, whatever out of order. Great. As long as you buy everything within that set of 10 tiers, then you can advance to the next 10, and then, so on and so forth until the season is complete. So that was a great system. But now, no, forget that. Now, fork over money, which we don't even know how much money this is going to be. But any amount is too much. So we're going to go down this because I want to give you my initial thoughts on this stuff. Right away, we have a thing that jumps out at me. This first thing right here, rank 1, free, armor visor, rare. And you might think, oh, that's a good thing though, isn't it? Not really. Because it's luring you in. It's basically saying, hey, even if you don't buy the season pass, you can still get good stuff. But then it doesn't do that. So we're going to count. And I think there's 120 levels here. We're going to count to see how many things you get from the free version that are above a common. Because I'm definitely very curious. So this is the first one. That's the second one, so that's 2. This is 3. This is 4. And that's it. 4. 4 different times to the free system do you get something that's above a common. 4 out of 120 levels. That means once every 30 levels, 1 in 30, 1 out of every 30 times do you get something above a common. That is extremely predatory. Because it lures you in here with the first one. It's like, see, hook, here's a rare one. Here you go. Now, I mean, it doesn't matter if you don't pay for it or not, you can still get good stuff. But then you're suckered in. And then by the time you realize that it's not the truth, it's already too late. Now, you might say, oh, but the multiplayer is free, so it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's free or not. It's still a predatory system. I don't care if the multiplayer is free or not. It's still a predatory system where it's basically encouraging you to spend money on it. Instead of the system from Master Chief Collection where you spent no real money on it. This kind of system reminds me of the Battle Pass system from Call of Duty that you would see in, like, Modern Warfare or Black Ops Cold War or the newer Call of Duties that have a Battle Pass system. If you got it for free and you didn't spend money on it, you could certainly unlock everything if you grinded relentlessly in the 1 month time the season pass is around. But then next month, it's gone, and there's a new set that you have to go work for again. So if you don't get to that certain tier in that season within that time frame, it's gone. And you got to find another way to get it if you even can. But with the Master Chief Collection system, it didn't matter. A new season rolled in, a new Battle Pass season rolled around, and it didn't matter. You can still unlock things from the previous seasons, no matter what. And I apologize if you can hear things going on outside my room, the kids. I apologize if you can hear that on the mic. But, it's ridiculous. 1 in 30. That means out of the whole 120 levels, only four rewards, single digits. Okay, single digits. Now, I'm not expecting it to be something like, 60 or something like that, but at least, a good amount, I mean, considering that, it's going to be free. Because the thing is, if the multiplayer is free to play, that means people obviously may not want to spend money on it. But then now you're putting out this system, which is basically saying, hey, the free multiplayer, well, here's some cool rewards that you can't get unless you pay money for them. Now, let's see the rewards you get through the paid version, because I'm definitely curious. So right away, we have more. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, unless I counted that twice, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. I think I counted one twice by accident. So that's 47. 47. 47 items from the paid version. Over 10 times the number of items you get from the free version. Almost 12 times the amount. That is ridiculous. You know what? I'm actually curious. Let's do a bit of math. Okay? 120 divided by 47. 2.5. That means like maybe once in every 3 or so levels, if you boil it down to that kind of thing. Meanwhile, with the free version, it's 1 in 30. So it's basically saying, hey, if you want anything good, you got to pay for it. If you want the armor knee pad, if you want the noble armor visor, the blue rampage armor coating, or this armored pauldron, or this AI color, or this armor helmet attachment, or this armor theme for Carter, which obviously people are going to like because it's Reach. A lot of people love Halo Reach. Or the armor effects Judgment Mantle, or this helmet. I mean, this is ridiculously predatory right here because it's giving you an illusion that you're going to be getting good things right off the bat with this. With this here, right here, rank number 1. This is one of the main problems right there because they're basically saying, hey, here's a rare, cool helmet right off the bat. But then it suckers you in, and then you go another, let's see, 12 levels before you get another thing. Then, from 13 all the way to from 13 until 81, you get nothing for the free version. Everything's just normal commons and other crap. Unless I'm missing something. I don't think I am. Oh no, here it is. Rank 41. So from 13 to 31, you get nothing. Or rank 13 to 40, you get nothing. Then from 41 to whatever the last thing was, 80 something, you get nothing. That is horrendous. And you know the main thing that worries me? Besides all of this, none of this even comes close to the main problem I have with this. Currency, reroll times 2. That right there worries me a lot. Because what do you think when you think of re-rolling things? You think of like re-rolling dice. Or, say, a loot box. Or something of the like. Or a slot machine. This right here is dangerous, if you ask me. And then you have things like XP boosts for the paid versions. So this is just this is worrying on so many levels. Especially this thing here, the re-roll. So that basically could potentially mean there is going to be loot boxes or some kind of loot box mechanics in the game. But you know what they're going to do? You know what Microsoft / 343 are going to do? They're not going to have it in the game at launch. Because that way, they can go to the game reviewers, people like IGN or whoever else, and say, no, there's no loot boxes or no gambling mechanics or anything like that in the game. Then, after all these companies, all these game review people shell out their 8s and 9s and 10s for how much they enjoy the game when they really shouldn't, then, after all the reviews are out and all the press, all the attention from these reviews has gotten out to their audience, and people take those reviews to heart and buy the game, then after that, well, they, bam, here's the loot box mechanics, here's the gambling mechanics, here's the slot machines. Because by that point, it's too late. All these people have already bought the game because they listened to these reviewers, because they took their words to heart. That is extremely dangerous and predatory. So, with that, I was already not going to buy Halo Infinite. Not only can I not run it on my PC, I don't play Xbox anymore, but even if I did have a PC that could run it, and even if I did still play the Xbox or have a Series X, I still wouldn't get it. The flights have been buggy. The story is going to be falling out to a completely crap story. There's not going to be co-op campaign or Forge at launch because they don't have the balls to say, "Hey, we're not going to release it in an unfinished state. We may not get the Christmas sales, but at least we're going to release a finished game." No. This kind of shit with the gaming industry is a problem. When they're like, "Hey, let's just release this unfinished game with features that have been in the game for over a decade or two even that are missing because we want to make the Christmas launch. We want to get all the kids, all the good boys and girls to get their parents to buy this game for Christmas." That's the only thing that they are focused on. It's infuriating because that's all they care about. And I don't want to see people in the comments telling me, "Oh, you're being unfair. You're not a true Halo fan." No, I am a true Halo fan because of what I am saying. Because I know Halo can be better. I know it can be a great franchise because it was at one point. Combat Evolved 2, 3, ODST, Reach were all fantastic games. They had their pros, they had their cons, but they were still good games. And Halo 4 was a decent, mediocre Halo game that proves that 343 had the potential to do better, but they just didn't. They just settled down with mediocrity, and that's what they're giving us. And that is infuriating that they are doing this to this franchise. This is a franchise that has been the flagship of the Xbox for for what, 20 years now? When you think Xbox, you think Halo. Or when you think Halo, you think Xbox. Vice versa. It may not be the first thing you think of, but it's definitely up there because Combat Evolved was a launch title with the original Xbox in 2001. And since then, it has only been on the Xbox. And now, yes, Master Chief Collection is on PC. And I think that's a good thing because it's helping expand the population of the game and it's increasing its lifespan. I think Infinite's going to be on PC as well on Steam, at least in the multiplayer. So they know the importance of expanding their market to get more people to be playing the game, to increase the lifespan, the longevity of the game, and to increase the population with crossplay. They understand that, but they just don't understand how to make sure that it is a complete game. And it is so saddening that this is happening. And the thing is, it's not like Infinite launches, in a year. It launches this December. It launches in 2 months from now? So this is obviously not something that's going to change. This Battle Pass system thing is going to be in the game. And they are still not going to have cooperative campaign or Forge at launch. So those are still going to be things that are very real for this game. And you might say, "Oh, but the multiplayer is free, so it shouldn't matter." Except it does matter. It does matter because this is a dangerous slope to go down. Now, if the rewards for the free version were not as sparse between the ranks, it wouldn't be as big of a problem because you would have people playing the free version because they don't have the money or they just don't want to spend money on it, which a lot of people may not want to spend money on it, but they're still able to get good stuff. But not with this system. The entire 120 levels, you're only getting 4 rewards that are above a common. 4. 4 rewards, and that's it. Compared to almost 50 in the paid version. Am I saying that you should get the same amount of rewards in the free version? Maybe pretty close. like say maybe 30, I think that would be a good number. Because then you would at least feel like you're getting something and that you're not being forced to shell out money for this damn thing. I think the major problem is the fact that the version in Master Chief Collection is not monetized. It is not monetized right now. The entire Battle Pass system for MCC is 100% free. No real money required. You don't have to put a single cent into the real life of real life money into the system. None. All you need to do is your time and your effort to level up, complete challenges, and get those season points and spend them in the season store. That's it. No real money required. Contrast that with even Halo 5. I mean, this is the same kind of bullshit stuff from Halo 5, where they were monetizing this shit, where you would buy the rec packs and you would get those things. You know, the gold packs were obviously going to give you really high levels things, like epics and rares and legendary armors and weapon skins and whatnot. But the bronze and the silvers obviously are going to give you far, far less. And the thing is, the gold packs, I still remember this, cost 2,000 in-game points. Or no, not 2,000, 10,000 in-game points. My bad. Cost you 10,000 in-game currency points. And when I played Halo Infinite, or Halo 5, sorry, when I played Halo 5 and I would play a game and I would do really good, like placing in the top 3 of my team who also won, I would get like maybe 2,200 or 2,300 points for that. Meaning I would have to play 4 to 5 games in that same kind of top 3 ranking of the winning team for 5 games in a row in order to get one gold pack. One. Or just spend a bunch of money and buy a 10 pack or a 20 pack or a, whatever amount. That kind of stuff was also very predatory. Then you have the fact that in Halo 5, the customization went backwards. The only thing you could customize was your helmet, your armor, and your visor color. That's it. No custom emblems, no nothing. Even the customization for Halo 4 in 2012 was better. Hell, 2007 with Halo 3 was better. Over 7 years before Halo 5 came out. So the blueprints are there because obviously they know how to make good customization because Halo 4 had good customization. You can customize your helmet. You can have different kinds of helmets, the visor, your chest plate, your shoulder pads, your arm, your legs, or arms and legs. You can change the armors on that. It wasn't as in-depth as Halo Reach, but it was pretty freaking close. So they took, 4 steps forward, but then 10 steps back with Halo 5. Now, it does kind of seem like they may be learning their lesson because the customization Halo Infinite seems to be on the better side, but it's tied to this BS Battle Pass. And that is the problem. And the problem is that because of the timing of this leak, nothing can be done about it. Nothing will be done about it because it's too late. The game's going to come out in a couple months. It's going to have this system, and Microsoft and 343 will pretty much just lie out their asses about everything going on to the reviewers so they can shell out the high percentage points. And then the people that watch those reviewers will shell out the money for this thing. They won't even realize that they've been duped. Now, they won't be shelling out money for the multiplayer, but they'll still be spending their time getting it. And then you have the fact that reviewers might even review the Battle Pass in a positive light and encourage people to buy it. It would not surprise me. So this is a huge problem for Halo Infinite and Halo in general. All I gotta say is I hope this is the last Halo, honestly. I never in a million years thought I would hear myself say that, but I hope this is the last Halo game. I really do. Because it's clear that 343 cannot handle running this ship, running this franchise above water. They started off good with Halo 4. Then it was quite a bit rocky with Master Chief Collection. It was there, but there was a lot of patchwork that needed to be done. Then a year later, Halo 5 just regressed everything. And then Halo Infinite. This is the first Halo game in my entire 15 years as a Halo fan I have not been excited for. I was excited for ODST after seeing the stuff at E3. I was excited for the stuff about Reach. I was excited for the stuff about Combat Evolved Anniversary for Halo 4 and 5. But after that, I just haven't been really hyped for anything new coming from Halo. And that is extremely, extremely disappointing to me. And I know that they don't care. I know at 343 and Microsoft, they don't care. Even though they should. But the thing is, they don't care about what the hardcore fans care about or think. Because they know all they have to do is keep lying out the ass to the people that aren't hardcore fans that'll just swoop in and buy the game regardless because they don't know any better. Because all they see is a cool Halo game that the reviewers are hyping up and that people are recommending vigorously. That's all they know. And that is exactly what 343 and Microsoft want. So this kind of thing, I know not a lot of people are going to be watching this video, unfortunately, but this kind of thing, it needs to be known. It needs to be very well known. So I'll be, in the video description of this, I'll be including a link to this page that you can see here for this. And just, if you're a Halo fan or you know someone that's a Halo fan, share this. Not just for me to get more views, that's not what I'm trying to get at. I just want as many people to know about this messed up system as possible. Because, best case scenario, maybe their profits take a dip. And maybe they start to realize, maybe this wasn't the best thing to do. Maybe this wasn't the best idea to try and, screw people over with a paid, monetized battle pass system, which we didn't do before. Now, if the Master Chief Collection one was monetized like this, it would still be bad that they're doing it again. But it doesn't matter because they know the framework is there for a free Battle Pass system, but they're choosing to ignore it. And that is the main problem. And another huge problem is this whole reroll thing. So I don't know if they're planning some kind of, loot box or slot machine or gambling thing or whatever the hell it is they're going to be doing, but I can guarantee you it's not going to be in the game at release. I guarantee you it will not come out until maybe 2 or 3 months or maybe 2 to 4 months post-launch. After that, all the reviews will have been out, and it won't be anywhere there. The only people that would know about it would be the people that data mine into Halo Infinite and leak it. But the thing is, not a lot of people look into that kind of stuff, even though they should. So when it comes out, this gambling system won't be in the game. But then a couple months or a few months down the line, they'll put it in, and there you go. It'll be in the game, and there's nothing you can do about it. So that's all I have to say for Halo Infinite. I'm extremely disappointed, and if you're looking into getting Infinite, all I gotta say is either don't buy it or be extremely careful when you play it. That's all I have to say for now, and I'll see you later.